Yeah, I was gonna do a show over the weekend, and then like what was it? Oh, when I text you, whatever it was. Oh, High on Life.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll have to try it when I get back in Colorado. I'm like, the fuck, Colorado? And I'm like, well, that makes sense. He hadn't been online in 5 days. I'm like, well, that's weird. Maybe he's dead or something.
All right. Well, 5 days is better than a year.
Well, if he's dead, I'm not going to bother texting him. I don't want to run up his phone bill.
It's unlimited talk to data, dude. Spam my shit.
Get a phone card again this year. I know he only likes getting the $5 prepaid plans, 25 cents a text.
Fuck you.
No,
I can only send 5 texts a month. And it's a fucking paragraph.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's a 12-page essay.
Yeah, so I was like, Colorado, fuck. Yeah, thanks for bringing back the weather, fucking asshole. You come back from Colorado, and all of a sudden here comes Aspen with you. It's like, damn it.
Well, motherfucker said I couldn't take any of the white powder home. Oh, they didn't mean that.
It followed me.
I was wondering why they were starting to fill up balloons with powdered sugar.
Did you try High on Life?
Yes, the gun is Morty.
I know. It's
fun.
It is. It's fucking hilarious. There's a couple times I've had to put the controller down because I was laughing so hard. I'm like,
yeah.
What is this?
I love it. I love it.
And you had it in your library, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I saw it. What was it? I think it was YouTube Shorts or something like that. It was about a week or so ago, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I go, that sounds like Morty. And it's the creators of Rick and Morty. The ones actually, at least
the original.
So yeah. So I look at one of the comments, and one of the first comments is like, oh yeah, it happened to be in one of the free games in PlayStation Monthly. I'm like, I wonder. I went back and I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Thank God Charlie rubbed off on me while I was awake and asleep.
Yes. And there's a sequel too.
High on Life 2, yeah.
Yeah. It's like $15. I'm like, well, I'll play it.
I'm going to get it because I'm not very far into it.
No, I think I'm on this. I just beat the second bounty.
Yeah.
Like I got like 6 hours in, but most of that is just going around like and trying different things. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, what else happens? Like, did you get to the kid?
Yeah.
Hey, meat.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, fresh meat. Come on, are you gonna shoot me, fresh meat?
He didn't even. Hey, fresh.
Oh no, I let him go a couple sentences, and I'm like, well, I shot his foot, and he goes, oh, you shot me, I'm dead.
Yeah, no.
That was one of the times I had to put my controller down. And then, did you talk to his mother after?
Yes. I literally I turned around, I turned back. Well, see you later.
He shot my son. He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my son, I'm sad. I'll miss you a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck am I playing?
Why didn't I download this sooner?
Oh my god, yes, this is one of those gems of like, fuck, man, because like I got Helldivered out, like 900 plus hours.
Yeah.
I had, like almost 2 million XP, which I guess they're going to increase the cap. But I don't know if it's definite, but pretty reliable source. I saw the XP you need for each level. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they're talking, it'll go up to 200, but like level 200 is like 14 million XP. I'm like, I have.
What is this, Pokemon fucking Go?
No, it's like, you know what exactly what it reminded me of? Way back in the day, Warhawk. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that were general in Warhawk, and that was.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I think that was like
the grinders.
100,000 or something like that when I started playing, and I'm like, how the fuck? Because I would play hardcore, and I was only like what was I, Marshall or something like that. It was like toward the second half of the rankings, but that's when it got to like the really grindy half. And I'm like, how the fuck? Like, I play this game religiously. How are there so many?
You did.
Well, turns out that it was exactly this Helldivers thing. When the game first came out, like, the ranking system was much smaller than it was.
75.
And then, well, no, it was the same. It was the 20 ranks.
No, it was 50.
It was 20 ranks, but no, and Warhawk, there were 20 ranks.
Oh, yeah.
But the point system and progressing to each rank was much smaller. And then they updated it and made it fucking ungodly. But if you were whatever rank you were at, you were there. So when I joined, they had already did that update. So I had to grind through every fucking rank to get there. Well, that looks like what held. They're not doing it to where all the ranks expand like that, but up to 150, and then after that, it's like 2 million points, and then the next rank. I'm like, Arrowhead, you better have some awesome fucking gear or something for each of those ranks, because like,
they bet no,
they didn't like. Honestly, the ranking in Helldivers, it's pointless. Yeah. Like after what rank 25, when you undo the unlock the mech suits, like after that, it's like who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
you get a badge and that's it. Like bragging rights, like gamer bragging. Okay, who the fuck cares? Like, yeah. So, I mean, I love the game, but I needed a break. So, then I went to Elden Ring and Consort Radon makes Millennia look like just a regular knight. Holy fucking shit. I mean,
you texted me that. I remember.
It doesn't help that I've played him on New Game Plus 4, and that's how I went into the new DLC.
Oh, God.
But even so, holy shit, man. I was like, this is fucking... Like, that's the first boss, probably since Margit the Fell. The very first boss, the first time we played it, because I'd never played a Souls game before. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, the delayed attacks, this is all new to me. So it was a real learning curve. Probably the first boss since the first boss I've ever faced, where I'm like, fuck, man, like 20 plus tries. I'm like, jeez, like, even by the time I got to Millennia the first time, maybe 10 tries. Until I finally figured out, like, the dodging and everything, like, and her attack pattern. Consort Radon is, it really is a dodge roll simulator. Because you spend the, 30 seconds rolling in, rolling back, run left, roll in, figuring out his attack pattern because they're super long to get one hit in, and then start rolling and run away, then roll forward, then sidestep. It's fucking crazy. And it's the way Elden Ring works is if you call in summons, like NPC summons, and your whatever summon you bring in, it increases the enemy's health pool. So you're getting help, but you're also making them like more beefier, not stronger, but beefier.
Durability. They have a little more durability.
So it's like a catch-22. It's like, well, I feel better because there's other things here, but I just increased his health pool from 30,000 to 40,000. Fuck. So I was like, all right, but I finally beat it. Sunday? Yeah, Sunday night.
This past Sunday?
Yeah.
Nice. And
now I have an empty feeling again. It's like the first time I beat Elden Ring. I'm like, well, now what? I'm like, luckily, I found High on Life. Yeah, so...
All right, what's next?
So I started making paper airplanes. It's like open the closet and just a shit ton fall out. No, so luckily there was High on Life. So I'm like, well, I mean, this isn't like a huge story game or anything, but it's fucking funny. So
yeah, dude.
But now I'm like, well, the only thing left Elden Ring wise is to play it one last time through to get the sixth and final ending that I don't have yet, which doesn't count toward anything. I already have like platinum. I already did all that. But it's just so I can be like, I've gotten all 6 endings. Done. And there's like 2 weapons, 2 talismans.
That you're missing.
Yeah. And I think a set of armor. But then, yeah. No, you don't got shit anymore. But then, with Switch 2, that whole debacle and Elden Ring, the Tarnished Edition coming out.
Yep.
Apparently, FromSoft is now dropping new armor, new weapons, and customizations for Torrent that's going to be across all platforms. So I'm like, well, fuck, now there's more stuff to find. I was like, well, that's good, because I love the game. It's like it literally is like one of the greatest games of all time. Elden Ring. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But like, I've gotten to almost to that point where there's like nothing left. But now they're adding more stuff. I'm like, oh,
Well, that was just the tip. Now they're going to give you the whole rest of the shaft.
oh, I hope. They drop a map that's like No Man's Sky or something. Like, how in the fuck am I supposed to do this? It was 88 quadrillion planets or some crazy shit. I'm like,
and it's got an AI development into it now.
Oh my god, I saw it. Did you send me that? Or maybe I just came across it.
No,
you
I sent it to you, yes.
I saw that. I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm like, so are we in a video game? I'm like, what? Am I playing a video game? And they're like,
yeah, because now with the technology, with the programming that'll go into it, like you can put the game down for a week. They're gonna come back. What's it been?
They learned a new language.
What's it been? Half a fortnight since you've been here? Maybe you should be here more frequently, and maybe I'd talk to you. And then you show up every day, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, I like you again.
God,
then you skip for a week. It's like, dude, it's been a week. Stop coming around. The fuck game is this?
Yeah. Now
I gotta make friends in the video game for real.
I play games to get away from people. Now people are demanding in this too. You know, it was my birthday last week. I didn't hear a happy birthday from you. It's like, fuck. Is this real life or So eventually you just take off headphones like, sorry. Sorry for what? And like, no, nothing. Other than I'm
no, go in. You got a message. Pull up thing. Missed my birthday party last week. You're a dick. Don't come home. What the fuck? Babe, we got it. No.
Wrong watch.
We're good.
Yeah, so the whole AI thing in the video game, like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about the whole thing. Yeah, but then, so Switch 2 dropped.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's like, $600 for fucking Switch 2. And I'm like, I don't, because what, Steam Deck is about $600, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, like, my whole issue is, like, I'm not going to get a Switch anyway. But, like, just looking at it as a gamer, like, I'm like, I don't think the issue would be the price of the Switch 2. I think the issue is $90 fucking games base price.
Yeah.
That's my issue. I'm like,
yeah.
Especially nowadays, because we talked about it before. Games aren't fucking complete.
No.
Not anymore.
You're paying $90 for a base partially finished game.
Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, it's DLC. It's like, there were no DLCs. Like, Elden Ring came out. That was a fucking game. And the DLC was like, fuck, it's like a sequel.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It literally was a whole second game.
And I put in about 150 hours into the DLC.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I do a lot of it. If you just thunder run the bosses, you could probably do it in 50. I do a shit ton of exploring, so. Yeah. But that's a whole fucking game in and of itself.
No, I know. And then on top of that, they got Night Rain.
Night Rain. I'm gonna get that. Just I'm still kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it, but fuck it. Like,
it'll be one of those games because they're trying to push more of the online multiplayer with it. The co-op, the PvE
for that one. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
So I'm actually gonna look for. I'm gonna dig that. I think more than standard Elden Ring. I liked Elden Ring. I love the game. I gotta agree with you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But it's such an immersive, such an immense game that, like, if I want to jump on, like Helldivers 2, I could jump on 40-minute match. Okay, I can knock out one, maybe two.
Yeah, that's Helldivers kind of like Brawlhalla was. That kind of replaced Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla was a game you could turn on for 15 minutes, do a couple matches,
or 3 hours.
Yeah, or all day.
Yeah.
So, and Helldivers is the same thing. You could just join one of their eradication missions or something, play for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or you can sit and marathon it.
Yep. Elden Ring is one of those games where, all right, I got to get here and I got to do this. Okay, well, you spend 20 minutes and you get from one side of grace to the next, and it's like, oh, shit, I got shit I got to do. I got to bounce.
If you play the game. Like, you can jump on and just farm a level, and that's about the only thing you can do short term in Elden Ring.
Yeah, but if you want to do like a quest,
yeah,
you better have 3-4 hours.
Yeah, and that's just figuring out where the fuck to go in a quest. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people complain about that. I still love that. It's like, I love the fact that Elden Ring doesn't go, come on over here, A to B. Like, I'm like, you go and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go. It's like, let's just go figure it out. Yeah, but I watched some of the trailers for Switch 2. And
It's not even that impressive.
well, there was a couple where I'm like, what's it, Blood Hunter or Hunt Blood or Hunter Blood or something like that. It looks like Dark Souls 2. Like it's a FromSoft game.
Yeah,
it looks like Dark Souls 2, but it's I guess not.
Well, here's the thing, though. They're still very limited because they're still using cartridges.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
They're gearing it, if I remember correctly.
It's going to be digital. That's right.
They're gearing it more towards the digital.
Yeah. It is going to. Yeah.
Because but they are going to have a cartridge port.
Yeah.
The problem.
That's weird. It's 2025 and they're still using cartridges.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
You're very limited with that shit.
It's cool because it's kind of retro, but also like you say, it's like you're kind of like tying your own hands behind your back doing that. Like, and to be honest with you, you saw the trailer for like Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. And even like Asmon Golden, a lot of people that were watching were like, the Tarnished Edition is because the frame rate is going to be like 2 frames.
Oh, hold on.
They said like the frame rate's going to be like 2 frames a second. Because I'm like, Elden Ring's fucking huge for a handheld. Like maybe Steam Deck.
So, okay. So what it's going to be is there are going to be cartridge games, but then there's going to be the code in the box cartridge, where basically you're buying a code, you hook it up, you plug it into your Switch, it gives you the game from the system. It gives you a link, you download the game into your system.
What's the fucking point of that?
I know.
That just seems like a wasted.
Well, I guess the only thing like in that instance, because you can eShop shit. You don't need Nintendo Switch Online to eShop.
Yeah.
But if you want to play online, you have to have the eShop. So what I'm guessing is maybe with this link, you buy the game, it gives you the online option built into the game now. So that you don't need Nintendo Switch Online to play. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. That just seems like I don't know. That seems fucking stupid. It's like, hey, I could either go on my Switch and buy the game, or I could go to the store and buy the code to come back home.
Well, no, because if you don't
have the game,
if you don't have an eShop account or you don't want to put banking information into the system, you go swipe your card at the store.
Yeah.
You put that code, you put that cartridge in, it downloads the link for you.
It'd be kind of like buying a PlayStation card or something, then entering the card into your system instead of using your credit card.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's more likely than anything what the purpose is, I would assume. But regardless, and I'm sure it's going to be a good system, but the Nintendo Switch is still rocking it. So, yeah. And you can go all digital download with that. You just need a big memory card. And they're making fucking terabyte SD cards now.
Yes, they are. So
you don't really fucking need a Nintendo Switch 2 because it's got more memory or more space in it.
I don't know. I saw the Switch and I saw everyone is all hot and bothered about like the price of the system. I'm like, well, I saw the system price. I'm like, that's $650. Fuck, I just like I get another PlayStation 5 for that. Like, I'll skip that one.
With better graphics, better run speed. Yeah.
Or just save double that and just get a PC. But the $90 price tag
on the games, yeah, no.
Yeah,
that would have spun me around too.
Like $90.
It spun me around, bent me over, and put a bottle cap in my pee hole. A lot of effort on both parties not to let it happen.
But again, must be a Nintendo thing because having to go to the store to buy a code to come back to put the code in to get a game that you could have just stayed home and be like, that's a Nintendo thing. Let's add a whole bunch of steps. But sir, we get that. No. I know what I'm talking about.
It could be Nintendo's attempt to get fat people out of their houses. Well, I don't trust the government with my credit card, so I'm going to go to GameStop, which is closing. And
GameStop's been closing for 4 fucking years.
Yeah, right.
But in fact, I don't even know what their stock is in GameStop. Is that still being held up by a bunch of meme buyers? Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna look.
I don't know. I just know it's gonna suck because that was one of the last few things gamers really had.
That's a sad story.
No, dude, it was cool to go there, check out the novelty, the collectible items, check out the games. You know, hang out. Like, you'd be sitting there looking, oh, cool, I want to try this game out. And some random dude, yo, man, good game. But if you want
It's
to
still at $22.
if you want a better game than that, same company, here you go. Check this out, bro. It was the one place where fat people who were unattractive actually became interesting and fuckable.
It did balloon up last May to $64 a share. Jesus. At one point it spiked, and then there was a big sell. Yeah, so they're still doing what they do with it.
But yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but so after all the video game bullshit, and I then the high on life thing, and I was like, this is kind of a nice break from all the intense gaming and online and story driven and boss fights and everything. It's like, this is just mindless, stupid fun.
Yeah. Especially
after Console at Radon. Fuck me.
Oh, I so needed a release.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
There's that. And then coming back to real life. They come back to real life and all.
I don't like real life.
Well, I do. Well, especially real life with the threat of World War III again. And that's always good. Dealing with Iran. And, was it Bagram Air Base?
Yeah.
Remember that one? A few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, evidently, the CIA's visited that air base. Increased pressure on Taliban. So this is apparently, let's put it that way, apparently, said recent reports suggest that the U.S. Air Force C-17A transport aircraft landed in Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan for the first time since the 2021 withdrawal. The aircraft allegedly carries senior Central Intelligence Agency personnel, with speculation surrounding a visit by Deputy Director John Ratcliffe. There is no official confirmation or verification of this claim from trustworthy sources, and these reports can be part of a misinformation or psychological operation. The potential reactivation of the U.S. intelligence presence in Afghanistan could represent a forward positioning strategy linked not solely to counterterrorism, but also to border geopolitical considerations, especially in relation to Iran. Increased U.S. military deployments to the Indian Ocean, particularly Diego Garcia, coincided with the reported activity amidst growing friction with Iran. So, if that's the case, and we're looking to take back that air base, like they said, because that would put us in another position, playing a game of chess, because of Iran and our turbulent relationship with them, I'll put it that way.
Turbulent.
Turbulent.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
My stutter kicks
That's
in.
okay. It's legit.
Yeah, you fuckers have heard plenty of it.
The thing is with Iran isn't Afghanistan, okay? We had a battle with Afghanistan for 20 years. And Afghanistan's a bunch of farmers with AKs, okay? Iran is a rich country. Very well-established country with nuclear capabilities.
And a very well-versed military.
Yes. That's different. And, not to mention, Iran is backed by BRICS. China and Russia and Brazil and all these other countries that Brazil, Russia, India.
China, India. Yeah, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Korea? No. Who's K?
No, there's no K.
Oh,
it's just C.
Well, then they spelled brick wrong. Fucking morons.
Brisses. But yeah, so...
You spelled it wrong, stupid. Shiloh.
You were nice. Yeah, so... If that's the case... But again, they said it's like nothing's definite. We don't really know. But apparently that was seen. And I guess in their flying, I don't know if it's in this article, but I guess they were tracking a U.S. aircraft doing what they said was training operations, like flight patterns. But when they watched it, they said this flight pattern was slowing down to a very slow speed, like a drop, and then taking off again. And then they did it once. I was like, I don't know, that's training.
Yeah.
Especially because in Iran, it's a no-fly zone for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the last days, Russia and Afghan media outlets reported the landing of the US C-17A military aircraft in Bagram Air Base under Taliban control since August of 2021. These reports claim that the aircraft transported high-level CIA officials, possibly including Deputy Radcliffe, for undisclosed discussions with the Taliban representatives. And what's goofy about the whole thing is we pull out of there. And I know a lot of people are like, why do we even go back over to Baghdad? Like, the whole point was to withdraw from them. Yeah. Withdrawing from a place like that creates a vacuum. And it's been talked about before. You withdraw from there, vacuum, someone else is going to someone like China, Iran, take over the base. Oppose the whole thing to prevent a country like that from coming in and doing just that. But then when I don't know, the thing is so fucking backwards.
It's usually how it goes.
It's so backwards that we leave and then
a tragic way.
4 years later, we're gonna go back. It's like, well, why the fuck did we
because
lost 13 of them?
It was just out. He didn't mean it when he hit us. He just want to give him evidence. He says he's trying to do it.
And it didn't make up the recipe. I mean, it really is on me. It is my fault.
Yeah, if I had just...
I am a shitty person.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't give him another chance.
I'm just... I'm sorry. I'm so shitty. Afghanistan. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, yeah, long intro. What's up, fuckers?
Oh, man.
After you punch yourself in the dick twice.
I'm going to open with that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, jeez. Did you hear, like, that's like, there's more to talk on that, but the fact that, like, it's not confirmed yet. So it's like, do I go down this rabbit hole? Or do I just wait, kind of like I did for the tariffs and everything like that? Because fuck, this is something that's going to go on and on and on and on and on.
It's going to get drugged through the mud for a while.
Like, in regards to the tariff thing, that boy, here we go. I'm not sure how I feel about this, and I really don't know what to think about this yet. On paper, reciprocal tariffs make complete sense.
Yeah.
You're going to charge us for this? Okay, charge it back. And then, like in Canada's instance, they're like, why are you doing this to us? I'm like, because you're doing it to us. We're just returning the favor, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the market reacted the way the market's going to react, and it just went.
Yeah. Well, prices went up.
Well, yeah, but then, kind of out of nowhere, it's like to everybody over the last couple of days, it started to rebound. Like, what the fuck? It's a stock market. I mean, you sell, stocks drop. What are people going to do? Especially whales. They're going to buy it up. And that's probably what's happening. It's still low as compared to what it's been, but it is recovering. But again, this is going to be an ongoing thing. So it's like, I don't know.
It's not going to be an overnight solution. It's going to probably take a few good years.
No, what the market? Here's the thing with the stock market too, which I think.
No, I meant the end game for the tariffs.
Oh yeah, yeah. For sure.
It's not going to be no overnight fucking Hey, look, peel back the Band-Aid and the bullet hole's healed.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. One thing too with tariffs, a lot of legacy media is talking about this. It's like, oh, all these pensions and all these retirements and everything, and all my stocks they're losing all its value and everything. Thing is most people that have stocks, I think like 58%, was it? No, 38% of citizens in the United States have a stock portfolio. Mm-hmm. Like not a lot, and of those, it was like 54 or 53, something like that, have a significant portfolio, meaning like, hey, this could be my retirement. So it's not a lot of people. Most of the people, when all these news outlets are talking about how the stock market is crashing and how all this money is being lost and this and that and the other thing, your average Joe out there that's doing just fucking day-to-day jobs, they don't give a shit. They don't fucking care. Most people, it's like, oh, the market's going down. It's like, great, that's not really affecting me. Yeah. That's not doing anything for me right now.
Yeah.
So I don't fucking care. And that's just where we are right now as a people, as a nation. So when you hear a bunch of stuff about, oh, the stocks are going down, the stocks are coming back up, the stocks are going down again, now they're coming back up.
It's like a hooker in heat.
Yeah. Well, they can't keep up with the market. They keep dropping their price, then raising their price, then dropping their price. So I guess inflation is coming down, and the whole reason he wanted to raise tariffs is, I don't even remember where I heard this. It was a couple days ago. He wanted to make the market volatile. He wanted to destabilize it because that would force people to buy bonds, which would strengthen the financial, structure of the United States. And I don't know. This is one thing I'm like, I'm just in it for the ride right now. We're just going to fucking find out what's going on here. But there again, that's why I'm like, I haven't really touched on tariffs much. It's like, this is going to be a day-to-day and week-to-week thing. So I'll just wait until things pan out here. Like when it started to tank, I'm like, all right, this would be something to talk about. But then it started to rebound. I'm like, okay, it's not going to be something to talk about yet.
Stocks represent ownership in a company, while bonds represent a loan to a company or government, with the investor receiving fixed interest payments and principal repayment at maturity.
Yeah.
Cool. Stocks and bonds. Stocks and bonds.
Yeah, so that's with that. So whatever's going on with that. So you hear the UK Sentencing Council?
No.
I'm
not going to lie, dude. Especially with the whole UK thing, I've kind of Charlie Browned him. You know, a lot of the
kick
kids
the football and oh
no. So a lot of all the kids, right? The kids don't understand each other. What happens when you hear an adult?
Wah, 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 wah,
That's
wah,
what the
wah.
UK has become. The UK's I've Charlie Browned it. It's become an adult in the background for me. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Well,
interesting.
The adult thing, I don't know, but the Sentencing Council is like straight out of 1984, which is where 1984 took place. But it says. Now, there's an up-to-date on this, too, but for the time being, new sentencing guidelines will make the UK's justice system more fair, not less, experts view. In echoes of last summer's riots, the government is again being accused of enabling a two-tiered justice system in the UK. The current row is over the new guidance published by the Sentencing Council, the independent public body that advises judges on sentencing. The guidance, effective from April 1st, broadens the categories of cases in which pre-sentence reports should be sought. Compiled by the probation service, pre-sentence reports give courts information about the officer's background, the offender's background, the circumstances of the offense, the risk they pose, and the suitability for certain types of sentencing. The reports conclude with a sentence proposal which takes these factors into account, alongside the seriousness of the offense. The judge is not bound by the recommendation. The guideline states that pre-sentence reports will normally be considered necessary in a number of circumstances. These include cases where the offender is a young adult, a sole or primary carrier care or dependent relatives, female, a victim of domestic abuse or trafficking, or suffers from addiction issues or a serious chronic medical condition. However, it is the recommendation for pre-sentence reports before sentencing offenders from ethical, cultural, or faith minorities, which has proved particularly controversial. The previous guidelines stated that pre-sentence reports should be sought in cases where the court was considering whether a community order or custody would be appropriate. What is new in the revised version is the list of groups for whom pre-sentence report is considered particularly important. Where's the list? What may seem at first glance to be a mundane procedural amendment has generated a strong backlash from the government ministers and the opposition. Shadow Justice Minister Robert Jarrick claimed that there is a blatant bias against Christians and straight white men. Meanwhile, the Justice Secretary, Shabana Mahmoud, has urged the Sentencing Council to review the guidance. Mahmoud threatened to legislate in order to give the government powers to overrule the council. Basically, what they were doing here...
Okay, cool, thanks.
Basically, what they were doing here is exactly what's going on right now currently in the United States. When we get a whole bunch of riots and everything in the United States, which I wanted to cover on after this anyway.
Yeah.
What usually happens? First off, who's the one rioting?
Usually it's the fucking libteers.
Okay. What usually happens when they riot?
Shit gets destroyed.
Okay, but what usually happens to them? We'll say
Nothing.
legally. Okay. January 6th. What happened?
Depending on your outlook on the situation, either people broke in and forced their way in, or people were allowed in, or it was organized
Legally. What happened?
Okay, so, they got slapped to the fucking wall.
It was a witch hunt, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So there's clearly a difference here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Summer of Love, ain't nobody fucking serving jail time for that shit.
No. And especially, was it May 20, what was that, May 21st or May 29th? Whatever, the firebombing. Okay. Nothing happened there. UK evidently is making it so they look into people's ethnic and religious background and be like, well, you're a person of color here, so we're going to make your sentence a little lighter because you already have a hard life out there.
But you don't. But, okay, sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
That was a knee-jerk reaction. Well, that's wrong. Oh.
Well,
So that's
that's like fucking finding somebody like a black kid, a white kid, an Asian kid, a Jewish kid, a fucking Mexican kid, who comes from a fucking well-balanced family, well-taken care of, middle-class family in America, and then they all of a sudden feel like fucking posting a video on TikTok of them and 6 of their friends annihilating some fucking poor girl or poor dude in a fucking bathroom. And, well, because you're a person of color, you've had a hard life, we're going to let you go.
right.
Fuck off.
Yep. And that's what they're doing. And again, basically changing the rules of law. 1984. We're gonna shift it this way for this instance and shift it back over here for this instance. But again, a lot of people say we dodged a bullet not having Kamala in there because that's kind of the direction we were going. But we're still in that
We're still downrange.
area. Yeah. Even the way the elections panned out and the way everything turned out, there's still civilians and still a justice system that's like, Granted, Trump and his administration has said we're going to crack down on a lot of these people, especially with all these Tesla fire bombings and all this crazy ass shit. I know people that had a Tesla that I work with, and they switched their vehicles because of these fucking psychotic people out there. You see, there was was a. Oh wait a minute! Fuck! I think I have it. So first off, the founder of Tesla Takedown, that whole group Tesla Takedown, the Christopher Lee. Did I send that to you? I don't know if I sent that to you, but I saw it and I'm like, what?
I don't think so, but I've heard the name.
Yeah. So the founder of it, his name's Christopher Lee. I guess he was showing up to a gathering driving a Tesla. I was like, wait a minute. Now, this has to be a troll. Like, there's no fucking way. Yeah, he's driving a Tesla. And I think they asked him, he's like, well, I'm making a statement. I'm like, so you bought an $80,000. No, I think it was like one of the Cybertrucks there. So it was like $100,000 vehicle. Like, what statement are you making?
You could afford a house
Yeah.
and a vehicle at the same price?
I know, right?
Dick.
My phone is fucking going crazy here. Anyway.
It's having seizures. It's tired of me pressing
Yeah, so
and never letting it finish.
He showed up driving a Tesla, and then there was, and this is not one specific, like there's many of these that happened, but there was this video taken of a Tesla driver that got cut off.
This is video from the victim's Tesla camera. It shows a green car pulling up to a Tesla on busy Route 66, then swerving in front to box the Tesla in. The driver then walks over to the 61-year-old woman in the Tesla and reportedly starts hitting her while she's sitting behind the wheel. At one point, the woman says she bit the man's hand. Moments later, the passenger of the green car appears to walk over and pull the attacker away. They finally get back in their car and drive off. We spoke to the victim today, who said she was terrified and can't understand why anyone would do this.
I was just stunned, and I wished that I would have had someone with me that would have protected me. I'm just appalled. I didn't buy my car for a political statement. I bought my car because it's really fun to drive, and my politics have nothing to do with that. And I'm ashamed of our society and what they're doing.
The victim, along with the other Tesla owner who received a threatening note and text, have both now signed up for a gun safety course at a gun range north of Flagstaff. They tell us they don't feel safe right now and want to...
So the whole thing, two things to pull away from that. One is the left is the one, that's doing all this crazy shit. And this is also the side that there's really no repercussions for. Not of any significant value anyway. Nothing happens. Another one, like an example, is I think we talked about it before. Yeah, we did. The last time we had a show, we talked about, not John Oliver, what the hell, that late night show.
Jimmy Fallon.
No, it wasn't Jimmy Fallon. It was some other younger guy. They were talking about, like, all these Tesla firebombings, and they were showing it, and the studio audience fucking started cheering and, like, applauding it. Like, oh, I guess you like arson and Glenn Larson. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, they were applauding it. I'm like, where the fuck are we here? Like,
hold on a second. I gotta see this.
Yeah, so...
Late night show.
I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, so that's where we are as a society, at least half of the society right now. Going further than that, though, did you notice what the actual outcome of this was? Like, I mean, in the video, it said after this all happened, it drove them to go get their fucking pistol permit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, fuck you then. You can fuck with me, fuck around and find out. Yeah, but I can't remember. Actually, I might have it in here still. From the last one we had.
For evidence.
Oh, Daily Show audience reaction.
Got it right now. For evidence, look no further than a segment of The Daily Show about arsonists setting Cybertrucks on fire. Sorry.
Yeah.
During which the TV studio audience erupted in the chairs, highlighting immense amount of schadenfreude directed at the car company. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's the video.
Files. So we could finally learn who really killed JFK, and guess what? Turns out it was Yep, the man loved his french fries. But speaking of a once-in-a-generation charming sex machine, Elon Musk. Now, oh baby, I love it. I love it. Now, he's the world's richest man, the leader of Doge, and guy who thinks Sauron is the hero of the story. And say what you want about Elon, but he certainly has his fans. I love Tesla.
That's funny.
Trump is racist, but that man does love a hard R. If you step outside of the White House, you'll find a backlash brewing against the founder of Tesla.
Lawmakers across the country facing anger and outrage from their constituents at town hall meetings, and the primary source of the blowback is Elon Musk.
What are you doing to stop the activities of unelected and unconfirmed Elon Musk?
Elon Musk does have a security clearance. To find out what Elon Musk
That.
But what if he's doing something good? You want him to stop doing good stuff?
It's not even that.
I support Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency.
He's not elected. Of course he's not elected. It's an appointed position. But
Tough crowd. You know you're in trouble when you even pissed off the kid with the cherry 8-ball sweater. It's like the chillest sweater there is. These crowds have been so angry towards these congressmen, some of them have decided to stop holding town halls altogether, which feels a little thin-skinned, considering this is basically the same kind of vitriol in Apple. Wait a few minutes, they'll probably do it by themselves.
they're right here.
And in case you're wondering why people might do this, some have been leaving helpful messages.
This is what Tesla employees in Encinitas saw when they arrived to work today. The vandalism is too graphic to show in its entirety. We blurred out the swastika on this white Tesla, as well as the F word on 2 different windows in front of the dealership. Nazi and scum were written as well.
Nazi cum. No, literally, it's blurred. Except the Nazi and the cum part.
I think you might have wanted to blur out a little more there, because now it just looks like they full messages. Latest in more than a dozen.
Yep, there it is. Hold on.
Scream about Elon in a high school gym.
Yeah.
Taking to the street.
Right here.
The parking lots.
Tonight, the FBI and ATF now investigating multiple cases of possible arson targeting Teslas and Cybertrucks.
This dramatic video shows multiple cars in flames. Police say the attacker used Molotov.
So,
Yeah, way to fucking go, America. God.
so basically, we're at the point where it actually is more of a continuation. Like, if you have a Tesla, you get punched in the face. If you have a MAGA hat, remember during all that MAGA hat thing, you get punched in the face. So, at one point, it was the U.S. flag. I remember that. It was
Yeah.
like a flash. It'd be like, well, U.S. flag usually means they're racist or something. Like, what?
Yeah, because there was videos, if I remember correctly, of girls like stomping on the flag, and they're
Yes.
like, "You fucking realize that's a federal offense."
It was only a couple of years. I don't even think it was 2 years ago. I think it was like during the summer. So it might have been actually during the summer of love.
It was
might
during
have
the Summer of Love, Antifa, and all that shit.
been. I like all this going on. I'm like, oh boy, we're getting into the warm weather. I wonder if this is gonna be the summer of love too. Like, is this gonna be a sequel to all this?
Summer of Love 2. Love of Summer.
Like in the left, they're normalizing this whole thing because there's no repercussions. There are no severe repercussions for anything. This has become a normal thing for them. For normal people, they punch old ladies and fucking burn people's vehicles and shit like that. For influencers, they get swatted and everything else. And then over the summer, an assassination attempt, 2 assassination attempts on Trump. Like, all this shit is being normalized against the left, against the right. And all this stuff is happening toward the right. It's like, well, the problem with all of that is something's going to happen. And if it keeps going down this road where there's no repercussion, something's going to happen. Someone from the air quotes right, conservatives, whatever the fuck you want to
It's going
say,
to pop off.
is going to retaliate. And what's going to happen is it's not going to be a, oh shit moment. It's going to be half the country going, finally. and no one's going to have any kind of remorse. That's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous precedent.
Yeah.
Because then more people are going to be like, well, fuck it. No one's getting in trouble for this shit, and I'm tired of dealing with this, so fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And then more's going to happen, and then that's going to cause this like tidal wave back and forth. But that's kind of where we're at right now.
Might be time to get your CNC.
Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer, get it out.
Fuck you.
We're getting the old. Yes, we are safe. Could you actually run this on? You could probably run this on the computer.
I can, yeah.
We should play it.
I can.
Right now. Yeah, okay, right now.
This fucking phone. There we go. It's going crazy.
Dear God.
Yeah.
It's just the book for the game.
Back when games were games.
No DLC on this shit, bitch.
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta get this framed or give it to me. I'll hang it up. What's up? The space laser.
An orbital strike.
Yep. Oh no, I'd do the orbital strike. Get that fucking shit framed, dude. Seriously, you got to. To sign up now, visit www. I wonder if that website still works.
I don't know. I tried to go on an old Backyard Wrestling website, and that was dead. Those links were dead. Both of them.
So here we go.
Oh, what else? Oh, going along with the whole thing, like that whole left and Summer Love 2 and all that. Mm-hmm. You see the thing, the liberal students tearing down the tent, that speaker's tent there?
No.
I'm from Turning Point to USA, Brandon Tatum. You ever seen them?
Sorry.
Is it up?
We're going to find out right now.
Oh, okay. We're seeing if there's an old Command & Conquer website up.
It's
Doesn't look like it.
It's starting the loading process, and it stopped about 8% in.
Here we go.
I don't think it's gonna work, buddy.
Brandon Tatum is he's a was a police officer. He does a lot of speaking, kind of like Charlie Kirk and all them. Yes. They do a lot of speaking events, and I think you'd know him if you saw him. Yeah, this guy.
Yes.
Okay. So, Turning Point USA, student group attacked a California University campus while mostly peaceful, looks like. Say a group of conservative students were assaulted and had their equipment destroyed on Thursday when mass protesters attacked them before an event at a California University campus. Turning Point USA at UC Davis, a registered student organization, was hosting a Prove Me Wrong event with Brandon Tatum, a guest speaker, when protesters destroyed the camera gear, a tent, event signage, flipped tables, and assaulted group staff, Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk wrote on X. While our people were under attack, police stood aside and did nothing. Case in point.
Normalize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our team is understandably shaken up, but they assure me they will not back down. In a statement to Fox News Digital, the university said protesters distributed the event at Memorial Union Quad after confronting members of the student organization and others. There's a video here. Maybe.
If it hasn't already been scrubbed.
No, it hasn't been scrubbed. But like I
And the cops aren't arresting.
No, but part of me has to laugh because during it, like, his tent just fucking all of a sudden just tips over and gets carried away. I'm like, what the fuck?
And ducks like a little bitch and runs back into the crowd.
Yeah.
The protesters. Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking punk ass little fat bitch.
Yeah. Said the UC Davis Police Department took one report on the assault. The school said no one requested medical aid. The event with the guest speaker took place on schedule and was completed without further incident. The university protected the free speech rights of the campus community throughout the event. The student group invited Tatum and a former police officer known for his popular YouTube channel to speak on the campus at 1 p.m. An hour before the event began, about 30 people approached the tent and tables staffed by supporters of the event. One demonstrator struck someone who approached the table with a cell phone, the school said. Other demonstrators pulled down the tent and engaged in shoving with those staffing the tent and others nearby. The protesters left the area before returning minutes later and trying to remove the tent. That just goes along. What reminds me, I just saw a video today with the Hodge twins. Is they had some lady going up and talking about Planned Parenthood with. No, it's not. Talking about Planned Parenthood with some black lady that walks over, and right off the, when someone starts talking and be like, "Oh, this fucking idiot," like, here we go. Right off the bat, I was like, "This is gotta be good," but they were very both of them right off the bat were very nice to each other, very cordial. So, this woman who is obviously pro-choice or pro-life starts interviewing this other just random off the street about Planned Parenthood, and you could tell as the interview was going on that this lady off the street had no prepared anything, but in defense of Planned Parenthood, because she kept getting asked questions and she was still a nice demeanor, and then the ghetto came out and just it was out of fucking nowhere. She's like, "Well, I don't believe you." Bam! And it's I'm like, holy shit! And then she just walks off, flicking off the camera backwards, and she got fucking rocked. It cut open her eyes.
Please tell me this video.
It's on Hodge Twins. It's a Hodge Twins video. And I watched that today. I'm like, holy shit, this is exactly that is a perfect representation of how everything's transpiring right now. Okay, the progressive left right now, if they don't like what you say, they don't like what you present, it's automatically what we just saw. It's automatically tear it down.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
Minutes. Oh wow.
Yeah, just bam. What the fuck? So.
Of course. Awesome. So we're asking people's opinion today on Planned Parenthood. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Okay.
And literally the rest of their lives and your life. I have that big
Person.
plaza, so
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, like I was saying, that's kind of where we're at right now. Is if they don't like what you're saying, what you're presenting, and they don't have a reaction for it, what automatically happens is it goes hostile. It goes to tearing down whatever you're doing. It goes to interrupting, screaming, chanting, not letting you get a point across, and not letting you. Yeah, but see what you're saying. This is how it doesn't make sense. And be like, well, bam.
Well, you could tell the interview girl, the pro-life girl, she was cutting her off too. This little bit that I saw, they were both from the gate.
No, that was the end of it.
No. Minutes earlier, it shows when she walks up and starts the interview with
right.
her. Right out the gate, I'm like, oh, they're gonna cut each other off, and they did. Both of them were back and forth. That's why if you notice, I was skipping forward, because every time I stopped, there was either the pro-life girl interrupting the pro-choice girl, or the pro-choice girl was interrupting the pro-life girl. It was a back and forth. Here's the thing. You know I'm pro-choice. I've always been pro-choice. It's just my opinion. I might not agree with a woman's beliefs or opinions and reasons for doing what she does, but I can't tell you what to do. On a moral point, I feel like, you make the choice to be a parent.
This is a conversation that's happened on this show probably about a dozen times.
And it's going to happen. But I don't know what I'm trying to get at is I don't know every fucking detail.
Right.
From other than this creates this. I can't tell you everything in between. I'm not a fucking doctor. I can't tell you the difference. I can't tell you. I know this could lead to this.
Ice cream?
Yeah, scooping ice cream. I can't tell you from that point what happens between this point and that point.
I like vanilla.
But you want to sit there and spout off at me with a bunch of facts about this and that, heartbeat, women's rights, my body, my choice, foster system, adoption, there's other avenues. You want to go off and, well, maybe you should feel this because, well, what do you think about this? I'm going to look you right in the face. Look, I don't know. I don't care.
You're saying a bunch of words. I don't know what any of them mean.
I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I don't agree with it, but I'll respect your right to choose to do it. That's it.
Yeah, but that mentality is a whole demographic in and of itself.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. I'm perfect.
Exactly. All right, fair enough.
Prove me wrong.
Can't. A whole bunch of people will come and start chanting shit and take my fucking studio away. The Antifa will start marching in here.
My thought process to every argument we get into. Command and conquer.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's that going along with the whole thing. But
people should get it.
It is. There's 10 games in that.
I know.
Or something like that. Anyway. Yeah, whatever. I lost train of thought.
No, going back to the whole.
Oh yeah, so
hostility. Yeah,
hostility thing. Whatever. The the way they react. That's what it is. Yeah. So you get like the marches and everything, and they get taken down, and from what I've gathered, the only big event I've ever seen so far from the right, conservatives, and all that was January 6th. And holy shit, did the law come down on them?
Yeah.
Solitary confinement for what, 4 fucking years? Or 3.5, whatever it was. Well, and then all this happens, all these riots, all this damage, all this crazy stuff happens. Nothing. They may be like, we'll bring you in. And then what happened? And then like the argument is, well, what did law enforcement, what did politicians do? I'll put it that way during the whole summer love riots. It's like, well, they promoted GoFundMes and shit to get these people out of jail that did get apprehended.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris. And the thing was still up. It might even still be up on her ex account or whatever you want to call it. Like, so telling me it's like, the justice system isn't two-tiered going all the way back to the UK sentencing council. It's like, we are pretty much in the same spot. They just might be a day or two ahead of us. They're one patch note away from us. We're one patch note away from them, rather. And that I had here just like talking about protests and everything. You notice that a lot of the protests mainly are 30-year-old women and boomers.
You mean
like the
Karens and cocksuckers?
Karens, yeah. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, Karens. You know, the ones like you can point them out a mile away. They got the pointed glasses, multicolored short hair.
I don't think
that's a Karen.
No, I would agree with you if I haven't met some cool chicks like that.
Karens?
No. Pointy glasses, multicolored hair. I've seen Karens go as normal looking as.
Oh yeah, me too. You have normal, like they got a bob haircut. You just get Karen. That's a bob haircut's very Karen.
No, hold on. I've seen something.
Sorry for any of you Karens out there that don't realize you're a Karen.
If you are telling yourself I'm not a Karen in a pissed off tone right now after watching this, you're a Karen. Just like if you think, oh my God, here's a little fun fact. You're the Karen of the group. If, when I say there's a Karen in every group and you say, not in my group, you're the Karen.
That's funny because it's true.
Prove me wrong. Hold on.
But like, so those are the Karens, and then the boomers. As far as that go, you watch these. I don't want to say riots, protests, and everything else. And you see a whole bunch of like 60 and 70-year-olds wearing like butterfly fucking costumes and shit, dancing and all that crazy shit. It's all the boomers, because most of them look. Yeah, I've seen that before.
The Karen starter pack meme.
Yeah, Marshalls. But you see like these boomers and all these crazy outfits and stuff like that dancing around, because what they're doing is reliving the 60s when they did all the same shit, and it's them versus the tech guy because they don't fucking understand tech. So it's like, this guy must be evil because I fucking can barely use my smartphone.
Karen starter pack, bob haircut,
See?
Ford Explorer.
Told you.
The famous quote, "Let me speak to your manager," and the signs all around their house, "Live, laugh, love."
It's funny because it's fucking true. I told you, the bob haircut. Now everyone's gonna walk around with see a bob haircut and be like, stay away from that. We got conservative.
Oh, there's your multicolored hair one. Hold on.
That's my mom.
Conservative older lady starter pack.
What is it?
Is there Cracker Barrel in there? There's a Cracker Barrel in there.
Golden Corral.
Southern Living. What the fuck is that?
Is it
butter?
Butter?
Sticks of butter. Wait a minute. I could be Paula Deen from that kit.
Yeah, that's what. That looks like the mom from Home Improvement. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. All the names explained. Lisa, vegan, yoga mom, anti-vaccinations, runs a mommy blog, uses Pinterest all day, owns an Etsy shop that sells handmade crystal bracelets, shops at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. A Pamela. Bake sales, minion memes, Facebook to drown out existential dread. Oh, God.
Jesus, so many names.
Mexican food every Thursday. Welcomes the random neighborhood kids into home. Kids in bed by 7:30. Clueless. The Carrie has 25,266,178 kids. Stay-at-home mom. Loves to do dishes, homeschool meetups every Saturday. All her kids have allergies of some kind, filled with self-doubt. I.e., she puts it in the butt. The Karen.
Is that on there?
Lives off triple shot espresso, rude as fuck, technology equals the devil, has super bratty kids, defensive, hates everyone, divorces husband for no reason. The Becky.
Thanks, Reagan.
Yeah, the Becky. Judgmental but means well. Petty, chain smoker, has expensive taste, in deep financial debt, gluten-free snacks.
That is a Becky.
The Sherry. Low-key alcoholic, takes pills, lives vicariously through teen daughter.
Space shuttle.
Having an affair. Cool mom, severely depressed. And she's chugging an oversized bottle of wine. A glass.
Who was that? What name was that?
The Sherry.
I know. I could probably swap out a couple names, but...
Which white suburban mom are you? Kathy, the biggest smiles hide the most pain. Huge Xanax stash.
That's you. You're a Kathy.
Fuck you. Really? Let me finish it, asshole. Oh, I hate you so much.
The biggest smiles.
The Kathy. Apparently I'm a Kathy. You're going to get this one real well.
Okay.
The biggest smiles hide the most pain. Huge Xanax stash. Dead inside. The sweetest person. I don't even want to read this. I'm offended.
How do you spell Catholic? C-H-A-R.
C-U-M-A-L-L-O-V-E-R-Y-O-U-R-F-A-C-E. That's how you spell Kathy. In Hebrew. There's a lot of letters that are silent.
So. Well, I don't even remember.
Karens. It all started from Karens.
Yeah, fucking Karens.
Karens and cocksuckers.
Actually, the Karen descriptions there is exactly like the boomer that I was talking about. Like, Karens is put on a lot of people. I feel bad for the actual Karens out there that is like, I didn't even do anything. It's like,
I'm a nice girl. I suck dick every night. My husband loves me.
Especially when he finally gets home after all that.
Dead inside. Fuck you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Gen Z's rarely ever seen there.
Yeah.
Men, most notably. You don't see them at any of these. There's actually, I saw a video where this woman was like, where's all like the teenagers at all these things, like the early 20s, teens, late teens, early 20s.
18 to 25-year-olds.
Yeah, where are all these people? Where are all these at all these demonstrations and protests that they're doing? It's like, well, younger generation is leaning conservative, one now, and two, they're probably fucking working.
Oh, that, and a lot of them are probably, if you're an 18 to 25-year-old who has a parent between the ages of 40 and 50, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, if you're not at these events, we'll call them, it's because the first thought that comes to your mind when you say, I kind of agree with that, is you picture your father or mother beating the fucking living shit out of you. And you're like, I'm not going to go to that. I'm actually going to read up on what's going on and find out if I should even consider that anymore. Mm. You stop and actually like, wait a minute. I got my ass whooped for something like this. Why? I can remember. Has something to do with touching a burner. The stove was hot. There was red flamey stuff coming. Flames, fire burns. Oh, I remember. Fuck stove, I'm out.
Oh, nothing good comes from this.
I learned that as a child. It only took me falling down the stairs twice. And my mom yelled at my dad, stop, I'm not pregnant with him anymore.
He's been born for 4 years.
48 months. He's 4. Yeah.
You brought up gold card immigration?
Yes.
What do you
a while back.
Yeah.
Apparently now...
This is a hard segue.
Yeah, so immigration is always going to be, the immigration process is always going to be what it is.
Right.
You apply, you do what you got to do, you go through the steps, you pay the fees, you do your time, you show them what you got, you come to America, great, you're now a U.S. citizen. We're not turning anybody away.
Right.
As long as you come here legally. Unfortunately, it is a due process. It is a very lengthy and can be very costly process. And unfortunately, if you trip or stumble or even take a day extra and you miss something, 9 times out of 10, you're almost going back to square one or you're being hung up on delays and stuff like that. Well, now there's going to be like a gold membership for immigration. Gold card immigration. Basically, you can, I think it's $5 million was the price.
It says it requires minimum $800,000 to one. Oh, all right. Wait a minute. Let me go back up to the top. It says, President Trump, we believe the proposal may be a green card program for wealthy individuals who are able to invest at least $5 million in the U.S.
Okay. So now there's a VIP membership to America.
That's pretty much what, like, just
so
this one paragraph.
But what'll happen is, with this gold card membership, whatever you want to call it, gold card immigration, you pay the money after you're vetted. They go through everything and anything. It's not an overnight process, but it's not a years down the road process.
Right.
It is expedited. They vet everything. It's basically the easy pass, the fast pass at Six Flags.
Right.
You know, everybody gets in line and waits, and you're in that line for 45 minutes to get that 2-minute ride out. But then you have the fast pass. Oh, bye, guys. You run past the line. You paid a little bit extra, and now you get to go on the next run of the roller coaster. But here's the problem with the program. Excuse me. What happens if everybody gets fast pass? Now, is that likely going to happen? No. I'm not sure too many people.
Few people left over in the poor line. They're like, "Wow, this is pretty quick."
But I agree with it. But, and I only say "but" in the sense of they need to make sure they lay it out very clearly, the vetting process, and you gotta create. If you're willing to do something like that, you need to revamp the immigration process as it is now.
They do, and I was just reading through this. Trump also mentioned that a company could pay the fee to admit or retain certain foreign-born individuals. So almost like they're being sponsored.
Yes.
So would that be like I don't know, just throw a broad spectrum,
Walmart,
like a scientist or something. It's like, oh, this guy's fucking smart. Let's get him in here to work for us or something like that.
A company could sponsor him, yeah.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that there would be a revision to the EB-5 program rather than a creation of a new program. This is important because making changes to the EB-5 investor visa program could be done with executive action, creating an entirely new category of visa or green card, which would be reasonable interpretation of the president's remarks. It would require Congress to pass legislation. So, all right, how does the gold card differ from the EB-5 immigration investor visa program already in place in the U.S.? The EB-5 investor visa program currently requires a minimum $800,000 to $1.5 million investment and a promise to create or maintain at least 10 full-time jobs for the U.S. workers. So basically, it's like you have an idea, I'll sponsor you to get in if whatever you're going to do in here is going to create more jobs for people that we already have here.
Yeah.
Fair enough. A few details of the gold card proposal that we have are unclear. If it is, as President Trump describes, there is not a requirement to create jobs, although the president has said those who obtain a gold card will create jobs. Until we see details of the proposal, it is unclear if there will be a process by which the person obtaining the gold card proves they have created jobs. Yeah, so it sounds like this is something Trump was like kind of mentioned, and obviously there's nothing really concrete.
Is it a bad idea? No, because
I don't know, because there's not enough information.
Well, no, based off that little bit you told me, if you put a gun to my head right now and I had to give you my opinion, I'd say I don't see it as a bad idea, because if you can expedite somebody's process that will come to America, not only to be a citizen but also further the American economy, and they have a clean or clear background, then why not? If you're coming from another country with a small fortune, America, it'd be $100 million, but where you're coming out of, it's $1 billion, let's say.
Right.
You know, and you want to put up 50 million of that 100 million into a warehouse a job, or start a business or a chain or whatever, then fucking, hey, do it.
See, this, as I'm reading this, the way I kind of interpret this is, says even if you assume that a company would pay a high fee to keep, attract, or retain a foreign worker, that's not a sustainable model to fill a nearly 8 million open jobs in the U.S. So it's almost like what would happen is if it was other companies trying to, like a sports team, put it that way. Listen, we have this money. We're trying to get these foreign
baseball
athletes, right, to come over and work for our company.
Play for our team.
So we'll pay the government X amount of money to jump the line, speed pass or whatever the fuck you want to call it, to
Fast pass.
Yeah. to get in the country and work for us. So the government gets a hefty sum, whatever it is, $5 million, and this company has this whatever MVP player they want, So that kind of like it again. It seems like the method to this madness is Trump. The bottom line Trump seems to be doing this time around is make America money. Like, you're not taking a bunch of money away from my workers. You're not gonna abuse my system here. You're gonna pay for what we are paying you. And the market's doing whatever it's doing right now, but that's basically what he's doing. And for things like this, it's like, we want to get these people into the country. So instead of having this vetted process, like, listen, there's this long process. We can vet them and everything, but you will pay a bigger fee to get them in that much quicker. So we get money, and then you get your whatever you need for doing this kind of stuff.
Scientist, your athlete.
Which in turn creates more jobs within the United States, according to what he's trying to do here. So that's like a double positive. So they get cash flow from whatever private company. The government gets cash flow from whatever private company, and they have a potential for an expansion of whatever the company is doing. I'm just using scientists because that's just like a basic, something
scientists.
To throw out there.
Well, here's the thing.
Could be anything.
Here's the thing, though.
Engineers, like whatever.
Yeah. No, never mind that. I retract my previous. Well, never said it, but whatever.
I retract the thing in my head.
Mm-hmm. Go back in there. Whatever life I do, whatever soul I do still have alive, go back and fuel the fire.
And then
Toasty.
And then, there's a few things here, but this could be a fucking 18-hour show. It's like two weeks worth of shit, but a couple of things. One, so we fucking, which one do I do? All right, well, Snow White. I talked about this with a couple people. Snow White has fucking done fantastic at the box office.
What box office are you watching?
It's got a book. Oh, I read the graph upside down.
Oh, okay.
It's got a 1.6 on IMDb.
Yeah.
It's actually surprisingly has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's still kind of garbage, but the story behind Snow White is kind of remarkable. So, from what I gather, this is just talking about price. Okay, so I think it was spring of 2022. It was reported they were still wrapping up principal photography for Snow White. Mm-hmm. All right, so they reported the budget was like $180 million. It's Disney. Okay, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
I think it was a year later. It was like spring or third quarter, something like that, of 2023. They were in post, and they said the budget had ballooned up to $263 million. I'm like, God. Fuck, that's like Endgame numbers now.
Yeah.
Like, that's up there. Well, I guess after all this, before the movie released, the numbers were released, it was about $300 million budget. Like, $300 million. That's because of what I didn't know is that theaters, they pull in a 49%. They pull 49% of profits that they sell in tickets.
Yeah.
49. I was like, 49%? That's fucking crazy. Theaters pull. It's like, so because of that, that's about $300 million their budget was. That's without advertising, which generally is another $100 million on top of that. So we're talking before the movie is even in theaters and playing, they're down $400 million. From what I gather, all the calculations built in, they were looking at this movie would have had to have broke $700 million to break even. Like $700 million fucking dollars. Now it's Disney, and they've put out many billion-dollar movies.
Oh yeah,
but $700 million to break even. I'm like, woof. And obviously it flopped.
Oh, it flopped
big time.
It dead fish, banged the girl, and you thought you gave her the roofie, but you didn't. You took it, and she's still laying there flopping, barely flopping like a fish.
So yeah, it flops, and everyone's like, is it woke, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't think the movie failed because it was woke. I think there was a couple things. One, the movie changed direction a few times during production.
Yeah.
I think that didn't help. One, remember it was going to be Snow White and the seven, like, it wasn't even dwarves. What the fuck was it? It was like the seven homeless something or other. And they weren't even short. They were like regular sized people. And that was, as soon as people got wind of that, like, what? Why? So they changed that. It went to dwarves, and then there's a few other things that happened. They kept like doing reshoots and that, like, that's standard movie stuff. That, I mean, that happened with Sonic. Like, remember Sonic first got released?
The original.
Like, what the fuck
looked
is
like a
it?
goddamn retarded little fucking sex toy.
Yeah, and but that recovered fine. So that was fine. Whatever.
She bombed it. She's
opened her. You can, like, whether I agree, we've talked about shit that we disagree and agree with and everything in politics and social and economic, whatever. But, like, you have your opinion. Who gives a shit? Whatever your opinion is, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. She used her platform under Disney to speak out, like she was like free Palestine. And I'm like, you should probably do that. Like, it was the issue was it was at one of these red carpet events for the movie. And then she's like, well, yeah, free Palestine. I'm like, you want to do that in your X account, Instagram, whatever? Fine.
Yeah, not during a premiere of a Disney family film.
You just tanked your movie for half of the nation. They're like, no. Like, that was a bad idea. Bad idea. So, and I'm not really defending Disney here, but that's something you don't do under your employer. Like, you don't really do that.
Yeah. And
what happened, because of all that, it was really put out there in the limelight. So if she had done that on her account, it would have been like, I don't think the story would have been nearly as big, because how many celebrities say this and that about whatever, and people are like, nah. But because it was at a Disney event, it was at a red carpet event for this movie and promotion of it, and then all that went down, and then her rebuttal to the attack or the backlash for it was doubling down and insulting half of the people that would have gone and maybe watched this. And it just kept going and going and going and going. She kept double, triple, quadrupling down. And I'm like, you tanked your movie before the first trailer was out, when you were still in post.
Yeah.
So the numbers that came out after, well, it was, what, I made like 120 million right now or something like that.
Not enough.
You had the first weekend it opens at like, what, 80 million? I don't know what the fuck it was. 90 million, something like that. And then the next weekend is a 70% drop off. And then you get a 70% drop off after your abysmal numbers anyway. And then it gets beat out by a Jason Statham movie, which a decade ago would have been a direct-to-DVD movie. What was it, like The Working Man or whatever it's called? Like, I love Jason Statham. His movies are awesome. I mean, they're all the same. Like, an ex-something retired, leave me alone. Someone gets fucked up or killed that he knows or something. And he goes, well, you're all going to fucking die now. And then he goes crazy. Awesome. I'll watch them, every single one. They're awesome. The Beekeeper, awesome movie. But, like, not living out of reality here, that is a straight-to-DVD movie. It gets beat. A $300 million budget Disney movie gets beat by Jason Statham, The Working Man. Like, and yeah, people are saying, well, it's because it's woke. It's like, I don't think it's because it's woke.
Well,
I think the woke thing is on its way out.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's another contributing factor. Another reason, because I did read something about this. Did you see the movie?
What did
Snow White?
Snow White? No.
Okay.
No, I like no interest. Like, I don't.
So, the dwarves are CG'd regular sized people. They didn't use little people.
They were.
And the little person community, the little people community, actually were like, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it
like,
was
this is
Dinklage, wasn't it?
No. It wasn't Dinklage.
I
Peter
thought it
Dinklage.
was. I thought he was one of the ones that would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yes, he was asked about that, and he's like, "Yeah, no,
Yeah.
why? This is like we don't get very much work.
Right.
So what roles are meant for us? Give it to us." There was something I was gonna say. Fuck, it was a good one.
Well, you got the giant dwarves.
Yeah. No, it was about Snow White.
No, but I haven't seen it. Like I had really
Neither
no
have
interest. I had really no interest to see it. And then everything comes out, and then it bombs, which I wasn't that shocked. What kind of made it surprising to me?
Oh, I remember. Really quick. I'm sorry. Going back, this is full circle. It's crazy how you're saying this now. She sits there and says that shit, and Disney doesn't say shit about it. Okay?
Are you gonna? I think I know what you're gonna bring up. Buried. Yeah.
Gina Carano. Gina Carano.
And that
all she says is, "Look, I'll call you whatever you want, but don't push it down my throat."
I say it's not even that. Her comment, the exact comment she made, why she got canceled is like, we should be careful about turning in our neighbors and doing this and that because Nazi Germany did it. That was not word for word, but that was the message she was portraying.
across.
And fucking Disney just
Bye, bitch. Bye.
like what?
This woman literally says on a red carpet event, "Free Palestine." Yeah, I'm gonna get hit.
It's weaker, but yeah. So
is a fucking redneck crack addict until you get him high on fucking nothing speed.
Yeah, like I was saying, I wasn't surprised that the movie tanked because that's kind of the direction it was going. What did surprise me is what the budget was as it released. And then you see what the budget was and then what it made, and you're like, oh boy, that hurt. That hurt. Like, it hurts.
Oh, not really.
It hurts when a movie comes out that costs $100 million and the movie comes out and only makes 110. And it's like, oh man, that's like a $90 loss or a $90 million loss. And then this one does what it does. I'm like, oof. Disney has a way with words, though. Disney has a way of just eating all these fucking
Kennedy's
turds.
out, though.
Kennedy is out. And nothing's really new out of all those files.
Yeah, but you know what? They're in the rebuild phase. They're like the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to need a good 10 years before they're back on top.
Who the fuck knows? I know. Then there's John Boyega. From Star Wars. Finn.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
John Boyega says the reason why he was taken from the limelight of the whole Star Wars sequel trilogy is because fans are racist. Oh yeah, I think we can find that one.
Oh my god!
I was like, to be fair, I'm like, I think a lot of people liked your character.
I fucking loved Finn. He was the main reason I watched it. Cause let's be honest, storyline was lacking.
Yeah, it was rough.
Plot, the put together was mediocre at best.
Let's see here. See if this is a good article for. So John Boyega calls out Star Wars fans for his overwhelming whiteness. All right. So in a new Apple TV
for his overwhelming what
whiteness.
He's not white. He's black.
No. Star Wars calls out Star Wars for its overwhelming whiteness. Okay.
Oh.
So in a new Apple TV Plus documentary, actor John Boyega had some harsh words for the Star Wars universe. The call out is as much directed at the creators of the franchise as its fans. In the docuseries #1 on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood, he says, "Let me tell you, Star Wars has always had the vibe of being the most whitest elite space. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. You can always tell if something's it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scatter. They're just scattered in there, bro. They're okay with us playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much. They're pandering. I don't know about anyone else out there, but I'm pretty sure that across the board, everyone loved Sam Jackson.
Oh, Mace Windu?
Everyone loves Sam.
Yeah.
Like, he was a lead. He was
one
of the Jedi Council, one of the most powerful Jedi on the fucking council. Like, that story was about the Skywalkers. Anakin. Technically, the sequel trilogy was still the Skywalker saga. You were destined to be a side character from the get-go.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's a continuation of the Skywalker saga. That's what it is. Sorry. Granted, the sequel trilogy fucking sucked, but it was still a Skywalker saga. You should have went to Rogue One.
Yeah.
That technically was a branch off of the Skywalker saga, but wasn't Anakin, wasn't Luke. Leia was CG in there, but Vader was too. But
yeah.
But yeah, so I saw that. I'm like, oh my God.
And like, attention. It's been years and nobody's hired me for a role.
And honestly, especially when that movie came out, the only person that shrank his role wasn't even a person. It was a fucking company. They're called Disney. Like, that wasn't and the people. That was your fucking company, Disney, that did that.
Yeah.
So it's good. What? But that just goes to show you, just if you don't like what's going on, just fucking pull the race card. Just, I'm racist. It's because the people are racist, and so is Star Wars. Not Disney, though. I love you, Disney. Oh. Yeah, but holy shit.
Every day I'm getting closer to taking a bath with a fucking toaster. Disney sucks, but we love your cock.
Bye.